Okay, let's talk about circles. And we're going to be coming at this topic about circles in terms of conic sections. Okay, so if this little name right here, or this is kind of like, relates to you, you're like, oh, yeah, I'm studying that, then this should be kind of familiar to you. And you're like, well, what is this? Well, this happens to be the equation for a circle. Okay, we also call this analytic geometry, but it's basically geometry where we use algebra to describe geometry. So this is pretty cool stuff. And this word here, conic sections, relates to, I'm going to try to draw it right here. It's like a cone. Think of it like an ice cream cone, maybe backwards like this. So hopefully I did pretty good. You think of this as a cone. And if I slice this cone different ways, if I slice it like so, I'll get one particular shape. You might get like an oval. Matter of fact, you will get an oval, and that's called an ellipse, right? If I, in this cone right here, this bottom is a circle. If I chop it parallel to the bottom of this cone, I'm going to get a circle. So you can end up in a cone, all right? You can get different sections, it all depends on how I slice this cone. And these sections are called conic sections, and you study them pretty thoroughly in classes, probably math levels at least algebra 2, college algebra, certainly pre-calculus. So if you're, interested in this, you're probably in one of those courses. Okay, so you're in the right place. This is definitely not something that you are going to be studying in probably like a high school level geometry, because this is analytic geometry. We're using algebra to describe this. So we're going to take a look at two examples of working with the equation or formula for a circle. And by the time you walk away from this video, hopefully you'll have a good little refresher on circles as they relate to conic sections. But before we get going, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is John. I'm the founder of TabletClass Math. I'm also a middle and high school math teacher. And over several years, I've constructed what I like to believe is one of the best online math help programs there is. Of course, if you're interested in my math help program, you can check it out by following the link in the description of this video. But what you're going to find there is a ton of courses. My main courses are pre-algebra, algebra 1, geometry, algebra 2, pre-calculus, but I have a ton of courses in the area of test preparation. So if you're studying for the GED, SAT, ACT, maybe a teacher certification exam, a ton of different type of courses out there. Just go to my site, check out my full course catalog. I should have what you're studying for. I also do a lot with homeschooling. So if you homeschool, I have a great homeschool learning program. Before we get into this, I also like to stress the value of note taking. Okay, if you're a student and your notes are less than great, okay, you need to improve in your notes to be successful in mathematics. So take a look at your notes, but if your notes are not that strong, you can use my notes. You can find links to my notes in the description of this video to study from as you improve your notes. Okay, so let's get to it. Circles, conic sections, and this formula. So basically, if I had to give a description of what a circle is, but like, well, what is a circle? Well, it's like a round thing, right? There's a lot of different ways we can kind of, define it, but we're going to be working with this particular formula. So again, those of you who are watching this video are likely in one of those courses that I talked about, pre-calculus, algebra 2, college algebra. There's a ton of different courses out there, but let's go ahead and take a look at the formula that we just saw. So this is the formula for a circle, okay, or equation of a circle rather. And this is also an equation of a circle, okay. Now, this is an equation of a circle where the center of the circle is located at HK, the point HK. So like an XY point, right, on XY graph, this would be the center. So here, this is the center HK, and R, okay, we have R squared. R is the radius, okay? This is the radius of the circle. Now, why do we have this more like simpler formula for a circle? Well, this happens to be the equation. It's the same equation. Actually, if you look here, if I made H and K 0, I would have only X squared, Y squared, R squared, and that's what I have right here. So this is the equation of a circle centered at 0, 0, or the origin. Okay, so here is a representation of that. This is a circle, and here is the origin 0, 0. And R represents the radius. Of course, the radius is, this is the radius right there. It's emanating from the center, going out to any point, any XY point on the circle. Okay, so this is how we want to interpret these basic equations. Now I'm going to give you two problems, one where we have this and one we have this, and there's a lot of variety of problems that you can have when you're dealing with circles and conic sections. But we're just going to start with the fundamentals here. If you are really studying this and you wanted more, additional help, you definitely want to check out like my pre-calculus course. I get heavy duty into conic sections and all kinds of other good advanced fun mathematics. But let's go ahead and take a look at our first example. Okay, so here is a circle. You can see it's centered at the origin and its radius is 2. So I can come at this, a couple different ways, right? I could say write the equation of this circle. So you might say, oh, okay, this circle, its center is at 0, 0. So I'm going to use this equation. Okay, well, actually, would use x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. Now, here, if I'm saying the radius is 2, okay, could write this. You can see here I have the answer being 4. I could say, all right, this is x squared plus y squared. That's equal to, let's just write it here, x squared plus y squared is equal to 2 squared. Okay, of course, 2 squared is the same thing as 4. Now, that's if you were told to write the equation, of this circle. Now, what if I gave you this equation, I told you to graph it? So if I said, okay, here's x squared plus y squared is equal to 4 squared. Now, if you're looking at this, you're saying, I don't have any HK here. This is clearly a circle that's going to be centered at the origin. So all you need to find is the radius. So what's the radius? Well, this represents r squared. 4 is the same thing as r squared. So r squared is equal to 4. Take the square root of both sides. So r will be located at 2 and negative 2. Okay, so you can kind of see that starting from the origin. If I wanted just to plot this thing, I could put, okay, here's 2, here's negative 2, there's 2, there's negative 2. That's obviously my radius. This is my radius here, radius, radius, radius. You could see, there's infinite radius. And then you would go ahead and sketch in your circle that's centered at the origin going through these particular locations. Of course, you could have other locations as well. Okay, any other XY point on that circle. All right, so hopefully this is making sense to you. So again, you could be given, well, you will be given, in your courses, equations, and you'll be told to graph, or you might take the graph and be told to build the equation. All right, let's take a look at a little bit more involved version of these circle problems. And this is where the center is not at the origin. And this is where students get a little bit confused, but it doesn't have to be that confusing. So here is my graph. You can see I have a circle. Okay, its center is at negative 3, 2, and its radius is 4. So, if you're kind of going to sketch this out, you would go negative 3, 2, try to be as accurate as possible. Put your little center there, then draw your circle. And when you're doing these sketches, you don't have to be perfect, not at all. You don't have to use, graph paper and, like a compass and whatnot. That's nice, but that takes too much time. But you do want to try to make your graphs as accurate as possible so your teacher, can interpret that, yeah, you have a sense of the scale of things that are going on. But let's take a look at this equation. Let's say I was given x plus 3 squared plus y minus 2 squared is equal to 16, okay? Now, this is the graph of that, but let's say you were asked to graph this, okay? All right, now, I'm asked to graph this circle. So you recognize it as a circle because it's an x squared, a y squared, and 16. And as you study additional conic sections, which would include parabolas, ellipses, and hyperbolas, okay, you'll be able to recognize the differences between the two, okay? And it gets fairly involved, but anyways, you'll be able to see, oh, I'm dealing with a circle. It's clearly not centered at the origin. So step number 1 is to figure out where the center is at, okay? So the center is going to be that HK point, okay? So now we need to understand or go back to our general formula for circles. So that's x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. Now let's just look here. Okay, what is h? Where's h and k? What does it match up with my equation here? So you can see this 3, that plus 3 is where that lines up with h. That's what h is. And then my k is 2. Okay, and my h here is a positive 3. And then r squared is 16. All right, now, anytime you have the addition sign, like x plus 3 or y plus 5, you have to think of this x minus h and y minus k like this. All right, so we can't really see it clearly what our h value is here. So we have to write this as x minus, okay, because the formula is x minus h. So we want x minus h as well, but the value here is x plus 3, so this is going to be x minus a minus 3. That's how we kind of solve that, because x minus a minus 3 is in fact x plus 3. So this is equivalent. Okay, these two are equivalent, but I want to write it in this way because now I can clearly see that my h is negative 3. Okay, and over here, k, you can clearly see it's 2. All right, so I want hk. So here, my negative 3 is h, and my k value is 2. Not negative 2, just 2, right? Because that's what the formula is. Y minus k, x minus h. Okay, I just want the h, I just want the k. And once I have that, I have my center. Okay. Now, here, r squared is 16. All right, so r squared is equal to 16. So to get r, just take the square root of both sides. So then my radius would be 4. So I got a radius of 4. Here is my center. I go ahead and plot my center, and then I go ahead and sketch a circle with the radius of 4, keeping in mind, trying to make my circle proportional to the scale that I'm using, okay? So again, you could be given this graph, all right, and you'd say build the equation, okay, or have the equation of the circle and produce the graph. You're going to have to do both. All right, so these are two basic examples to get you going with conic sections and circles. And, you can get more sophisticated problems, but, you want to first make sure you understand the fundamentals, okay? So if this video in some way was a good little quick review for you, definitely consider smashing that like button. That definitely helps me out. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, please consider subscribing. I've been on YouTube for 10 plus years, have over 1,000 plus videos, basic to advanced mathematics. My goal, as always, is to try to teach math in a clear and understandable way. Okay, so hopefully, you like my teaching style and my instruction. And if that's the case, you're, in a great place because I have tons of videos, again, basic to advanced math, all types of stuff on my YouTube channel. But my best math help will be within my Math Help program. Okay, so with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your mathematics adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.